Salt and pepper squid might be the most popular dish in Australia. When you think about it, you can get it in every pub, every Chinese restaurant, every Vietnamese restaurant, Thai restaurant, Italian cafe, you name it, you can get it. But did you know that it's dead easy to make at home? This is the simplest homemade salt and pepper squid you'll ever have. So the ingredients for salt and pepper squid are very, very simple. I've got some oil going over there. I've got some squid, obviously, some garlic, some chili, some spring onion, a couple of different flours, just corn flour or potato flour, and some regular old plain flour, and of course, salt and pepper. The squid's just been cleaned, so I'm just gonna slice that into the size that I want it. To do that, I'll open up each tube just by running my knife down one side of it. And to score the squid, you just want to make like a crosshatch pattern. I like to do it with my knife on a bit of an angle, so not straight up and down, but on an angle like that. You don't want to go all the way through the squid, just follow the line of your hand in one direction. Scoring the squid like this, of course, isn't necessary, but it does help with the texture. Firstly, it'll help it curl up, make it look nice and pretty, but then also it'll make the squid a little bit softer in the mouth, so it'll be very, very nice and tender. And then just at a right angle to that first line of cuts, another line of scoring, and you'll see what this looks like when it comes out of the oil. Then I'll just cut that into kind of whatever shapes I like. I kind of favor bigger triangles, but I mean, you don't want it too big because each one of these, I think it's nice to be a single mouthful. And I'll do the same for this second squid tube too. The bite-sized pieces of squid are scored and in the bowl. So now for our coating. Your choice of coating really is endless. You can just use a bit of corn flour, you can use rice flour, you could use a beer batter, you could use just about anything really. I'm gonna go for some potato flour and regular plain flour in about equal parts, maybe a little bit more on the potato flour side. And then just mix these together. One thing you really don't want is too much of a coating on the outside. So that's why I use chopsticks to kind of pull each piece out. You could sort of put them in a sieve and bang the sieve so you've got all of these individual bits of squid coming out separate without too much flour around them. It's not going to really hurt the dish too much, except what will happen is if you've got too much flour, it'll come out into the oil, it'll burn in the oil, and it'll flavor the oil with burnt flour. So that's why you do want as light a coating as possible. There's my squid. I'll put this to one side and get started on my aromatics. Very simple process for the aromatics, just some garlic and a few slices of chili too, a couple of spring onions, both the white and the green part. And this is just kind of a base. You could add other aromatics in there if you wanted. You could add ginger, you could add Sichuan peppercorn, you could start to put dry spices in there, things like coriander or cumin or anything you want really, bit of paprika. But for this very simple, basic salt and pepper, these aromatics are a great start. Squid, aromatics, salt and pepper, over to the wok. It's kind of a two-stage process. First, the squid gets deep fried in the oil and then it gets wok fried in the aromatics. So we start with some hot oil going into the wok. Squid goes in, and we can do this in batches. I just want to get the squid cooked through. It doesn't really matter how golden brown or whatever it is. One thing you've got to remember is to keep skimming away all of this excess flour that's coming off the squid so it doesn't flavour your oil too much. Take the squid out, just give the wok a quick brush out, get it back on the heat, a bit of fresh oil, ready to cook the aromatics. Just get the fragrance of that garlic, chili, and onion out first. The cooked squid goes back in, good hit of salt, good grind of pepper, toss it all together. Salt and pepper squid.